Picture this, a quiet, winding road in Stonington. It's late, no traffic, no witnesses, just darkness stretching for miles. And then, fire. A driver passing through thinks it's a brush fire. He pulls over, calls 911. A local fire chief arrives with an extinguisher. But as the flames die down, something becomes horrifyingly clear. This isn't a pile of trash. It's a human body. A human body. And not just burned, deliberately destroyed. The victim is wrapped in layers of plastic, blankets, sheets, duct tape, as if someone took their time, as if someone wanted to erase her. This wasn't where she was killed. This was a dump site. And from that moment on, this peaceful New England road becomes a crime scene. When the body arrives at the medical examiner's office, the situation looks almost impossible. The remains are charred beyond recognition. The front of the body is burned far more severely than the back, suggesting she was lying on her back when set on fire. But the mutilation is what truly stands out. Her nose is gone. Her ears are gone, her fingers and toes removed. Even a section of skin from her lower back has been cut away. This wasn't random brutality. This was strategic. No fingers means no fingerprints, no toes means no identifying jewelry, no tattoo, if that's what was removed, means one less visual clue. Someone didn't just want her dead, they wanted her unidentified. But here's the thing about forensic science. It's patient and it's stubborn. Despite everything the killer removed, he made one critical mistake. He left her teeth. Dental records are as unique as fingerprints. Investigators reached out across state lines and soon, 80 miles away on Long Island, a missing person report catches their attention. A 24-year-old nursing assistant named Rebecca Koster. She had gone out with friends. She never came home for work the next morning. Her father had reported her missing. On her flyer, a large butterfly tattoo on her lower back, the exact place where she had been carved away. When dental records are compared, the match is confirmed. The young woman burned on the side of a Connecticut road is Rebecca. And now, detectives have to do the worst part of their job. Tell her parents. Her mother remembers running down the driveway screaming, "Someone killed my baby." And now the investigation becomes deeply personal. Rebecca was 24, vibrant, social, a nursing assistant who worked with developmentally disabled adults. She was close with her mom, lived at home, had plans. The night she disappeared, she went out with her best friend Nicole and her boyfriend, Dan. They went to their favorite local bar, the Butcher Boy. Surveillance footage confirms she was there. At one point, she's sitting alone. That's when a slightly older man approaches her. Conservative clothes, sweater vest, not flashy, not threatening, unassuming. You can see them talking, you can see them on their phones together. At one point, he takes her phone and types something in. Later, her friend Jennifer will describe him as pushy, creepy, the kind of guy who doesn't understand personal space. He saves his name in Jennifer's phone as J. Brown, with a 617 area code number. That number becomes crucial because Rebecca makes it home at 3:30 a.m. She even calls her mother to say she's safe, but phone records show 2 incoming calls after that, 4:10 a.m. 15 minutes long and 4:27 a.m. that is 20 seconds long, both from the same 617 number. Cell tower data shows the caller moving west to east. That means towards Rebecca's house. The final call appears to be placed from outside her home. After that, silence. By the time of autopsy, toxicology shows no alcohol or drugs in her system. That means she lived for hours after leaving the bar. She wasn't killed immediately. And when the medical examiner searches for causes of death, he makes chilling discoveries. There's no soot in her lungs. She wasn't breathing during the fire. She was already dead. Internally, there's a stab wound to her liver causing significant internal bleeding. There are also 4 sharp force wounds to her neck. One of those neck wounds caused air to enter her bloodstream, an air embolism which traveled to her heart and stopped it. She didn't fall, she didn't hit her head, she was stabbed multiple times. This was homicide. Back to 617 number. When police try to trace it, they hit a wall. It appears to be a burner phone. But then forensic analysts extract data from Jennifer's phone, the same 617 number saved under J. Brown. And now investigators compare fingerprints lifted from the sticky side of the duct tape wrapped around Rebecca's body. Getting prints from tape that's been burned is rare, but this time they recover 2 thumbprints. They ran them through the database. Match found. A man named Evans Ganthier. Unlike J. Brown, Evans is very real, and he has a record. Domestic incidents, allegations of pimping, disturbing behavior involving photographing women in his garage. Jennifer is shown a photo array. She immediately identifies him. J. Brown was an alias. Evans Ganthier is the man from the bar. Police locate his SUV outside his girlfriend's residence in the Bronx. He's arrested. He consents to searches of his vehicle and garage. In the garage, investigators notice signs of cleanup, scrub brushes, paint trays, an area that appears recently painted over. But it's the SUV that tells the real story. There are blood stains in the front passenger area, blood pooled between the seat and center console. DNA testing confirms it. It's Rebecca's blood. When confronted, Evans doesn't deny being with her. Instead, he spins a story. He claims she willingly left with him, that she suddenly began foaming at the mouth in his car, like she was having a medical emergency. Then she tripped over dumbbells in his garage and hit her head. He says he panicked. He says she stopped breathing on the way to the hospital. He says he mutilated her body only to hide her identity. He says the stabbing never happened. It's almost impressive, the audacity of it. Except for one problem. Science doesn't lie. There was no head trauma, no skull fracture, no brain bleeding, but there were stab wounds, hemorrhaging, and air embolism. She was alive when she was stabbed. And his story completely contradicts the blood evidence inside the vehicle. According to him, she was never bleeding in the front seat. Yet, that's exactly where her blood was found. You don't get that kind of evidence from a simple fall. You get it from violence. Evans Ganthier is charged with second-degree murder. The trial lasts 4 weeks. Rebecca's mother sits through every day. Imagine that strength, listening to details about what was done to your daughter. The defense tries to frame him as a panicked man who made bad decisions after an accident, but jurors aren't convinced. After 5.5 hours of deliberation, they return a verdict: guilty. He is sentenced to 25 years to life. The judge condemns not just the murder, but the deliberate mutilation meant to erase Rebecca's identity. And that might be the most chilling part of this entire case. He didn't just try to kill her, he tried to make her disappear, to turn her into a nameless body buried in Potter's Field. But the medical examiner noticed what was missing. Investigators followed a phone number, forensic techs lifted prints from burned tape, and a young woman who could have become a Jane Doe instead got her name back, Rebecca Koster. Her mother said the guilty verdict brought her relief, but not forgiveness, because justice can stop a killer, but it can't bring back a daughter. And maybe the most haunting lesson here is this: the man in the sweater vest at the bar didn't look like a monster. He looked ordinary, and sometimes that's the most dangerous disguise of all: the ordinary people. If you found this case as chilling as I did, stay with me, because there are always more stories where the smallest detail makes the biggest difference. And do subscribe.